Good afternoon, good afternoon, good afternoon. I'm used to saying good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. But it is how is you guys doing this afternoon? I'm so excited, y'all. Listen. I was asked by y'all know how to do my lip gloss, right? I was asked by one of my HIV advocate buddies to do this video. So this video is for his Speak Out Club in Florida. It's high school students that he mentored. He asked me to do this video for him. So it's been challenging doing the video. There's so much been going on the last few days, and I have not been able to get it done. But today, today is the first day of the rest of my life, and I was not gonna stop today. I was not gonna let today pass without me doing this video. So listen. A lot of you guys may know, but my name is Shatrivia Kennedy. I have been HIV positive for 18 years now. I have been an advocate forever. I'm gonna say I was an advocate in private for a very long time, but I have been publicly advocate for HIV for about 4 years now. I went public about 4 years ago on my Facebook page, and also here on YouTube, I did a video sharing my story. Some of y'all a little bit of my story. The person that I was with, he got diagnosed. He went in the hospital and he got diagnosed with AIDS. And I was 8 months pregnant, almost about 9 months pregnant. And after I got tested, I was HIV positive, and they told me I had to take medicine so that my baby could be fine. So I took the medicine, all that. My daughter was fine. So for 10 years, I'm gonna say for at least 10 or 11 years, I suffered in silence. I didn't have any complications in regards to HIV itself. I didn't take medicine for years. I think I started taking medicine maybe 12 or 11 years in. I didn't need medication because my numbers was always fine. I've always been undetectable since diagnosis. I was undetectable, so I didn't need medicine, right? I only took medicine when I had kids. So I have an 18-year-old, my 18-year-old. If I know I'm talking fast, I can't help it. I just talk fast. I'm trying to slow down. Um, 8 o'clock. I'm sorry, 8 o'clock. So I got 18-year-old. She's HIV negative. I found out when I was pregnant with her. I only took medicine maybe a month or 3 weeks, and she is fine. God is really amazing, right? I have a 15-year-old. She'll be 16 in a few weeks. She's HIV negative. I have a 10-year-old. He's HIV negative, and I also have a 24-year-old that I had before I became HIV positive. I got a grandbaby, y'all. Listen, the little baby running around acting crazy. But for the most part, I haven't had any um, health problems because of HIV. All of my health, the only thing that I have experienced because of HIV is like mental. I have had mental issues as far as depression, suicidal thoughts, anxiety. I mean, low in spirit. I think my energy was low. You know, I'm real big on energy now. In the beginning, I wasn't. It just was those things. But I've been struggling for many years with my mental state. And I'm going to say I have been maintaining it for a lot of years. A few weeks ago, I had a setback, and I was an emotional wreck. And I felt like I was back in those dark days of my life. But praise be to God that I'm out of them now. I'm not experiencing all that. It didn't get that bad to where I was thinking about suicide. I just was really low and extremely sad. Something happened that made me really sad. And the thing had nothing, it had something to do with HIV, but not nothing to do with HIV. But when it happened, it took me back to HIV. Like, when nobody gonna listen to me anyway? And I'm not worried, all that type of stuff. So for me, the biggest thing with me and my HIV, me and being a woman living with HIV, is to maintain my mental state, to maintain my self-development, to maintain me as a person, me loving myself. That's I have to do that. If I stay away from those things, I'll get down and sad because of my HIV status. I don't live HIV on those things that's in regards to HIV at all. I'm perfectly fine. I actually when I was down and out a lot, I used to always say I wanted to write a book. In my darkest days, I always said I wanted to write a book. And my psychiatrist told me one day to write down my thoughts. And I always used to say, like, the person that I am when I write, I'm not her. And she told me that the person inside of me was dying to come out, and I had to free her. And I can honestly say, 4 years of writing now, being an author. I'm sorry, y'all. For being an author, I'm getting closer and closer to that woman. I'm not her yet because I'm just not, right? We got a lot of more healing to do. But I'm becoming her every day of my life, right? Through my writing. So I have became an author, you guys. I have 30 books that I have written in 4 years. I have coloring books. It's crazy. So I have urban books that highlights HIV. I have self-help books that highlight HIV. I have coloring book that highlights HIV education. I have a puzzle, word search book that highlights HIV, and I'm working on an activity book now for the youth. Everything that I do in my writing is steered towards HIV and personal development and helping people develop themselves and helping them learn and love on themselves and to find God. So I use my writing for my healing and to help other people identify their pain so that they can heal. So I became an author because I wanted to share my pain, because God told me that my pain and my purpose was the reason why I was going through everything that I was going through. So I took my pain and I turned my pain into something powerful. By God, though, not me, but God. So that's my story. That's half of my story. If you want to learn more of my story, you can purchase any of my books. My books tell different parts of my life. And until the casket closed me, I'm going to be writing forever. I'm going to highlight different things in my life. Like as of right now, I'm writing a book titled Dating While Married with HIV. Yes, I was married. I didn't say that. But I was married a lot of those years too. Being 18 years HIV positive, I was married 11 of those years. And I was with the person for 20 years. So I'm going to highlight me dating while I was married. And I also have a book called Divorcing HIV. Divorcing that person, but the thought process that I had being married because of my HIV status. So if y'all want to know more of my story, you definitely can read any of those books. Will give you an insight on it. But because it's Women and Girls HIV Awareness Day, I'm gonna encourage you guys to do a few things, and I'm gonna get up out of here because I don't want to keep y'all too long. I know y'all doing so much, and listen, I can't wait to meet you guys. This summer I'm coming down there, and I want to meet all you guys. Melvin, you talk about y'all so much. Listen, he loves you. He loves you guys like dearly, seriously. I just want to leave you guys with some words of encouragement. Listen, me being a woman living with HIV, and struggling with finding someone to love me, finding someone to love me outside of sex, and we're gonna have a real moment, right? Um, I have not found somebody to love me publicly, love on me publicly. And I ain't saying publicly like social media. I'm saying say you is the person that I want to be with and spend my life with, knowing that I'm a woman that's living with HIV. But outside of that, I have to accept myself and love myself enough to wait on the person that's going to love me the way that I need to be loved. And love starts within. So for us to talk about girls, talking about young girls, I encourage you young girls to learn self-love. And it's different than getting your hair done, your nails done, and looking cute. It's way bigger than that. Find out your identity. What makes you who you are. What God created you to do here on earth. Get in tune with your star player. You are the most important person of your life, right? Who you are when no one's watching is the most important thing. And that's the most important person that you need to focus on outside of a relationship, right? And women, if it's a woman who's watching this, and I encourage you to do the same thing. Find out who you are outside of a relationship. Love on yourself. Get to know yourself. Value yourself. Appreciate yourself outside of relationship. Have a true relationship with yourself. Because the more and more you love on yourself, you're not going to allow nobody to hurt you. As in, get in a relationship with somebody and have unprotected sex and don't know their status. You won't do that. Because you love yourself and you value yourself enough. And your life. Sex is tied to your life, right? So, for me, I had sex and it complicated my life, right? So when I talk to people, I tell them, when you're thinking about sex, think about your life. So the person you lay down and have sex with, you want to know their status and you want them to know your status. It's vitally important for your health, for your life, for your future that you know that. But aside from that, loving on yourself and getting to know yourself will put you in a position where you won't even have to go through all of that. You know what I'm saying? When you interact with somebody and you find relationship dating, y'all will be on one accord because you ain't gonna allow nothing else in your spirit. So that's the best advice that I can give anybody outside of people that's living with HIV, to know your status, know your partner's status, and learn how to love yourself outside of anything. Because with relationship or not, you have yourself. And sometimes we get in relationships and they take us away from who we are because we try to be what the relationship needs us to be. So if we be who we are at all times, we be fine. I hope this video has helped. I hope you guys have gotten something out of this video. And I'm going to leave y'all what I always leave y'all with on my videos. Love on yourself is the most important thing you can do for yourself, is love on yourself. When you love on yourself, it gets you closer to who God created you to be. And when you get closer to who God created you to be, you get closer to your purpose. And that helps you figure out why you were here. So I hope this has helped y'all. Love you guys.